God answers prayers. The power of prayer and God's love. God's sovereignty and unquestionable authority demonstrate that He answers prayers in countless ways. One of these ways is through angelic intervention, as evidenced by numerous examples in the Bible. Hebrews chapter 1 verse 14 describes angels as ministering spirits sent to serve those who inherit salvation, and Psalms 91:11 states that God gives His angels charge over us to protect us in all our ways. A striking example is found in the book of Daniel, where an angel visited Daniel in response to his prayers. Many of you have endured years of trouble and challenges. Some may be currently experiencing or have gone through heartbreak, betrayal, divorce, loss, despair, trauma, and various forms of adversity. If you find yourself in trouble, the Bible instructs us to pray. In times of distress, we can call upon our Heavenly Father, who eagerly waits for us to seek His help. He is ready and equipped to intervene in our situations, with infinite resources at His disposal. However, we must not neglect the power of prayer. It may seem impossible, with the odds stacked against you and no apparent way out. But remember, God is not limited by human comprehension. He is greater than any truth or challenge you face. He is capable of exceeding all your expectations. The enemy will attempt to hinder your prayer life by making you too busy, creating distractions, and instilling a sense of condemnation. But take heart in knowing that God sent His Son to save, not condemn, the world. The enemy will try to fill your mind with thoughts of unworthiness, suggesting that God won't listen to your prayers because of your past mistakes or shortcomings. However, nothing can separate you from the love of God. Romans chapter 8 verses 38-39 assures us that neither life nor death, angels nor principalities, nor anything present or future can separate us from God's love. Your relationship with God does not depend on your performance. It relies on what Jesus accomplished on the cross. So, come to God, all who are weary and burdened, and He will give you rest. Let's make it clear that the love of God is not a license to live a life of sin. On the contrary, it should inspire us to live in a manner that glorifies Him. As followers of Christ, we should strive to be more like Him, and prayer was a vital aspect of Jesus' life. Like Samson in Judges chapter 16, when he found himself in trouble, he prayed to God for strength. In our own trials, we must follow his example and pray to the Almighty for the strength to overcome. Do not dwell in self-pity or despair. Instead, cry out to God in prayer. Understand that your prayer life is essential to your spiritual well-being. Some of the difficulties you face are not natural but orchestrated against you. Prayer is not a last resort. It is a powerful and intimate means of communication with the Lord. It is your bridge to God, your source of hope, joy, and divine intervention. Prayer is the armor of a soldier, the key to heaven's gates, and the closing of hell's gates. Believe that you don't have to remain in certain situations longer than necessary. Pray your way out of them. Remember that God, who loves you unconditionally, is waiting to answer your prayers. Just as a parent would respond immediately to a child's cry, God is even more eager to help His children. He may dispatch legions of angels to fight on your behalf. This is the same God who sent His only Son to save you. His love for you remains constant, yesterday, today, and forever. So, my friends, let us not limit God by our circumstances. Though it may seem daunting, remember that He is bigger than any challenge you face. He is a God of limitless possibilities and boundless love. Do not let the enemy deceive you into thinking that your prayers are futile or that you are unworthy of God's attention. The truth is that God's love knows no bounds, and His ears are open to the cries of His children. It is true that the enemy will try to discourage and distract you from your prayer life. He will whisper lies into your mind, seeking to condemn you and make you doubt God's willingness to answer your prayers. But do not be swayed by these tactics. Instead, fix your gaze upon the promises of God and the truth of His Word. Remember, prayer is not merely a religious ritual or a last-ditch effort. It is a powerful weapon given to us by God Himself. Through prayer, we can tap into the divine resources of heaven and experience the supernatural intervention of our Heavenly Father. Prayer changes things. It aligns our hearts with God's will and releases His power into our lives. Therefore, do not underestimate the significance of your prayer life. It is a direct line of communication with the Creator of the universe. It is a lifeline in times of trouble and a source of comfort and strength. Let your prayers be a constant conversation with God, sharing your hopes, fears, and dreams with Him. Seek His guidance, His provision, and His wisdom in every aspect of your life. And as you pray, do not forget to praise and thank God for His goodness and faithfulness. Cultivate a heart of gratitude, knowing that even in the midst of trials, He is working all things together for your good. Trust in His perfect timing and surrender your desires and burdens to Him. So, my friends, in whatever situation you find yourself, I encourage you to pray your way through it. Pour out your heart before the Lord and watch as He moves mountains on your behalf. Remember that nothing is too difficult for Him, and no prayer goes unheard. Place your trust in His unfailing love and unwavering faithfulness. Today, let us be a people who embrace the power of prayer and boldly approach the throne of grace with confidence. Let us seek God's face and experience the wonders He will perform in our lives. May our prayer lives be vibrant, fervent, and filled with faith, knowing that God is eager to answer us according to His perfect will. So, my dear friends, let us rise up in prayer. Let us tap into the infinite resources of heaven and invite God's intervention in every area of our lives. Pray without ceasing, for God is listening, and He longs to meet you where you are. Trust in His love, seek His face, and experience the transformative power of prayer.